Thank you for stopping by. This is Jeffrey Weiss, your political activist, keeping you informed of local and world events. Today we discuss Qasem Soleimani, peacemaker. Trump said the man was planning attacks. Our president would never take military action just because it raises his approval ratings and makes it more likely he will be elected in a second term. Soleimani saved the Syrian government when the war was going badly for Assad. It was another chance for America to back regime change. By propping up the Syrian regime, he saved the world from being inundated by millions of refugees. Just because regime change has gone horribly wrong in Afghanistan, Iraq, Egypt, and Libya didn't mean it would go wrong in Syria. Really? That is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Imagine 14 million more refugees flooding Europe. That would be the result of regime change in Syria. Regarding his support for Hamas and Hezbollah in fighting Israel, Israel is an apartheid state according to the United Nations investigators and human rights groups. It has been condemned by the world for occupying lands it does not own, but stole during the 1967 war and never returned as per the UN Charter. Israel suppresses millions of Palestinians, forcing them to live like animals with no water, electricity, or health care. Israel limits all materials for rebuilding their cities bombed into dust by Israel. Israel does not allow many types of humanitarian aid to flow into Gaza and the West Bank. Soleimani commanded the combined Iraqi government and Shia forces that fought ISIS in Iraq before America got involved, and would have continued to do so if Iran had not been called the axis of evil by George W. Bush and been hit by sanctions. ISIS could have been defeated before they became entrenched. We once sent State Department officials to Geneva to meet with Iranian diplomats who were under the direction of Soleimani with the purpose of collaborating to destroy the Taliban. That collaboration was instrumental in defining the targets of bombing operations in Afghanistan and in capturing key al-Qaeda operatives, but ended in January 2002, again when George W. Bush named Iran as part of the axis of evil in his State of the Union address. Soleimani was working on a peace agreement between the Iraqi government and al-Qaeda before America decided to unilaterally break the nuclear arms agreement and place more sanctions on Iran. Soleimani was an advocate for peace and fairness in the Middle East. It is Trump who is the danger. Every action he takes is based solely on improving his chances for re-election. He is a piece of trash who takes the shape of a human being. He is a creature who slithered out of the sewer and crawled onto land. You need to understand why Trump opts out of every deal previously made: NAFTA, Paris Climate Accord, Iran nuclear deal, Asian trade deal. He did so not because they were bad deals, but because they didn't have his name on them. He is the master of the deal, if you ask him. Therefore, any prior deal can be squeezed to make it even better for America and always worse for other nations. Trade and tariffs are a win-win proposition, not a win-lose proposition as advocated by Trump. He has no understanding of free trade or tariffs. Everything he says is a self-serving lie. If my articles interest you, please use the link to check out my website and books. Thank you very much.